All right, we are officially live. What it do? How is everybody doing tonight on this lovely Wednesday night as we have ourselves a game 5 to uncover, right? We got a rematch of the pitching matchup that we had in the very first game of this year's World Series between Blake Snell and your Savage. Right now, Blue Jays are up 3-1. This is a back to back to back edition of 27 outs. I don't think we've ever done that before here on the channel. But anyway, as always, I'm Ivan alongside Stefan. Stefan, how you feeling, bro?
I'm good, brother. I'm happy to be here. You know, a little bit on the tank is a little on E, but we're gonna get through this one and then enjoy tomorrow off just like the players are.
Right.
Except
I think we all need
we don't gotta
it.
do the cross country travel like they do. We don't gotta get on a plane. We could just sit in the crib and sleep all day, or do whatever we do. But I'm good, man. I'm gonna be honest. I'm a little surprised with how this game started out. David Schneider goes bridge, Vladdy comes right behind him, goes bridge, and by the time before you're even settled into your proverbial seat, it's a 2-0 game, and then Toronto they're just relentless, man. They don't give an inch, but that postseason monster we talked about, Kike Hernandez, got one for the Dodgers. So
Yeah.
listen, this game is far from over, but if you're Blake Snell, you want to keep it right here, especially knowing how the game got away from you yesterday in the middle innings. You kind of want to keep it right here. I'm very curious to see how today Dave Roberts navigates his bullpen. What's his strategy? Because Blake Snell's already at 76 pitches. If you're lucky, you get him through maybe the sixth. You know what I'm saying? The reason why, and I'm gonna spill a state secret. Not only do we don't like to be on for 3 hours because we can't do things behind the scenes like edit clips for you guys and things like that, but it also gives us a chance to feel out the game too, to know what we're looking for the rest of the game. Because to me, you don't start to see the real strengths and weaknesses or how a game's gonna flow until you get into like the third, fourth, fifth inning as Bo Bichette hits a rocket to the left fielder. But it's almost like we picked the perfect time to come on and talk to you guys because we're not on here too early, we're not on here too late. You get right in the middle of the game because this is when you start to see managers have to manage. They have to figure out how we're gonna get these next couple outs. Trey Savage has been spectacular on the other side, by the way. Outside of the Kike Hernandez home run, I believe he has 8 strikeouts. This guy's been in full control, and
I
the
feel like
one
this is like what, maybe three really big starts at this point now throughout the playoffs he's had for
listen,
them.
he pitched.
He had
He
a huge game
pitched.
against the Yankees.
Yeah, game two against the Yankees. He was big against Seattle in one of his
Right.
games.
And now one against the Dodgers.
He pitched game seven for the Blue Jays in against Seattle at home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so he's already getting this sense of like we're letting the rookie go through a little trial by error here. You know what I mean? Feet to the fire, 2-2 series tie. All right, young blood, what you gonna do? And he's handled himself quite well, especially in a hostile environment that is Dodger Stadium, because this time of year it could get rocking and rolling. So the brother's just he's handled himself so well.
Yeah, I've been amazed at all of his starts throughout the postseason, especially considering his age. It's kind of like, damn, I think back to when I was in my early 20s, and it's like, yo, this is a guy who literally, we talked about it before, was
Mm-hmm.
drafted last year, and now like he's literally gone through everything. Not too many people get to say that, like, yo, I experienced everything there is to experience as
Mm-hmm.
a professional baseball player all in 1 year.
So you know what's crazy? And I was looking back. I was looking at some of the notes today because we read and stuff like that. 4 big league starts before his postseason debut.
That's nothing.
4 starts. That's like, yo, you barely got your feet wet. You barely know how the slope of the mound feels under your cleats before they throw you into the fire. But that's how you know the guy's stuff is electric. First of all, that changeup that he got. Oh, that's no, not the change. The splitter he throws. That split is unfair because it's coming from his earlobe. I've never seen a splitter come from that angle. No wonder why these hitters are like, yo, how we hitting this dude?
Yeah,
Because
I'm
his
excited for his future though, man. Because I kind of feel like now is when we're starting to see who he is.
yeah,
Because, like you said, we didn't really know who he was and what he was about when you
no,
go back to the regular season. But with what he's been doing in these pressured moments, not only for himself but for the Blue Jays as
oh yeah,
well,
oh yeah,
imagine him over the course of a full season, bro.
oh yeah, and that's why I'm saying to me, you got to keep Bieber. You got to keep him. You got to get younger pitchers around this guy to show him, listen, you don't have to be the ace. Let me lead you. Let me show you how this works. And Toronto's got a bright future ahead. Toronto's got a bright future ahead. And this brother's a part of it. And he's looking like he's in full control, which is very rare. We say that for a 23-year-old pitching in his first World Series game. That's kind of crazy to say.
Yeah, and he's doing it against the Dodgers.
Yeah, somebody from the middle of the order has to get going. You have to get going because Shohei, we know what he's capable of, but like a Max Muncy, a Mookie Betts, one of those guys has to step up and have a game in this series in order for you to feel like the Dodgers are gonna, make some headway. And
I
what I
agree. I thought coming into the series, the Dodgers were gonna be somewhat better offensively,
for sure,
considering that Toronto's starters, I would say,
for
aren't as good
sure.
as the ones that they have. But here we are, 2-2, Game 5, evenly matched.
hmm the thing that I like about your Savage too is he's mixing up his pitches. He'll throw a changeup in a fastball count. He'll throw a fastball in a changeup count. So 1 for 19, 13 Ks with pitches in the zone. That means he's getting pitches in the zone and he's throwing strikes.
Right.
He's not afraid of contact. That's the other thing. When you're at this level, let the hitter swing. Don't be afraid of contact. You got the lead. You be the aggressor. You attack the Dodger hitters, letting them know, listen, I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna throw strikes. I'm gonna throw it where I want to throw it, and it's up to you to put the ball in play. And one thing that I feel for the Dodgers, especially this postseason, is there's something about their contact game. It's missing. Like they're not hitting with the same level of contact. They're not hitting with the same level of consistency. And their hitting coach Andy Van Stoyak said before the game yesterday, um, he said something to the effect of like they feel like they're just under some balls. Like they're not hitting the ball out of the ballpark. They're not squaring up enough pitches. They're not doing enough to be able to create some traffic for themselves. I also think they're not being as patient as they usually are. A lot of first pitch swinging, a lot of doing things that they wouldn't ordinarily do, which
Right. Right.
you're seeing from them. And it's like, this is not like you guys. You know what I'm saying? Some defensive miscues as well. Kike had one in this game down the right field line where he dove for a ball, and I'm like, why are you diving for that?
He should know better, right?
You know what
You
I'm
out of all
saying?
people.
You shouldn't be diving nowhere, brother. You could barely run. You
Yeah.
could barely run, and you trying to dive. You look
Right.
like me out there, bro. Like, what we doing? You know what I mean?
I had a question though. Well, I
Yeah.
still have a question, but it's something that came to mind before we hit the mics tonight.
No, again.
And I kind of feel like it could go either way, right? Because, listen, anything is possible, especially at this point into the season.
That splitter is nasty.
Do you think the winner of tonight goes on to win the World Series, or do you believe that whoever ends up being down 3 games to 2 may have a shot at winning game 6 and 7?
So usually I would agree with you. Usually I'll say whoever wins tonight probably wins the series.
Right, that's what I was thinking about originally.
But this series has been so unpredictable that the Dodgers could go into Toronto and win the next game if they lose tonight. Or Toronto could go home and win a game. You know what I'm saying? So the unpredictability of this series and how it's played out so far is kind of crazy because
Right.
if you
Split
would
down
have
the middle.
told me that Toronto goes into Dodger Stadium after losing in 18 innings the game before and wins a fairly pedestrian, a fairly easy game 4 to get it tied, I wouldn't have believed you. If you'd have told me that the Dodgers are down 3-1 in a game 5, I feel like the Dodgers need this game more because you're throwing Blake Snell, you're throwing your best guy. Now, Yamamoto's available for a game 6. Now it puts into question. I don't know if I'm going Tyler Glass now game 7. I don't know where I go. I might get funky and bullpen a game 7.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, Glass now would be the guy who starts it, though. I think there's nothing wrong with that.
I would leave him for the middle of the game.
Really?
I would do something different where if it were me, my bullpen strategy would be something like this. I would probably go she in the start of the game. Give Glass now maybe the third, fourth, fifth.
Mm-hmm.
If there's a lane for a lefty where Kershaw could get a big out in the middle of the fifth or the middle of the sixth, have him pitch an inning, and then because you got to try and work your way back, which means that to me, Otani or Yamamoto is closing out of Game 7 if I have the lead.
Oh, of course. I definitely believe. I think both of them. I think the fact that you mentioned both Otani and Yamamoto being available if there's a game 7,
Right.
I know they're gonna want to, show up in some way.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Like you got to throw John Schneider's mind all the way off. Like wait, you going with a bullpen game in Game 7 of the World Series?
Right.
I think I would just because nobody would be expecting that. And then you can't stack your lineup lefty righty. Like you can't do what you normally would do. Now you gotta have something in reserve where Game 7 might be the game that you see George Springer come off the bench.
If he does.
If he does, it's gonna be for a Game 7 or a Game 6 in a key spot. I don't think he plays tonight. But like if we're in the middle of Game 6 on Friday night and it's the sixth inning, it's a 3-1 game, there's runners on first and second, he might come to the plate and try to make an impact with one swing. Now, you don't know how healthy he is.
I know.
So the one swing may do more damage, but you take the shot because of where you are in the series and what he can provide.
Right.
So it's a risky proposition. Like, obviously, I've thought about this because I'm trying to give Toronto, I'm not trying to give them a lane to be comfortable. They seen Glass now and they lit him up. The first couple innings he was good, but they lit him up in the third, fourth, and fifth inning. So if I could get him in the game and in those innings to start the game, where that's how he starts his night, then you cut off the Blake Trinans, you cut off the guys that you don't want to see coming out of the bullpen. They have no factor. That's why I'm doing it like that, because you don't want to see a Trinan in the Game 7. You don't want to see
Roki Sasaki?
You might not want to see Roki in that spot because he's really, can he handle it?
Yeah.
I want the veterans that I'm riding and dying with. Kirsch, you get a batter or two. Otani, you get a batter, maybe two, maybe an inning. If I gotta go to Sasaki, I might go to him a little earlier in the game. Where if I see Blake Snell's kind of having if I see Glass Snell's having some issues, then Roki'd be the guy to come in on some fireman, get these last couple guys out. But it all sets up with what happens tonight.
I know. Yeah, I was actually waiting for you to finish there because I was going to say that.
It sets up what happens
because
tonight.
If the Blue Jays do end up winning tonight, listen, I understand they could, as you mentioned, go into Toronto and win Game 6 as well. But at the same time, man, if I'm the Dodgers, especially a Dodgers fan, you got to feel confident. If you do lose tonight, which we don't know yet, but if you do, you got to feel very confident going into that Game 6, knowing who you have on the mound. Yamamoto has been
money, but I will tell you this. Dave Roberts better manage that Game 6 like it's a Game 7.
Yeah, for sure.
The first sign of trouble Friday night. Come on.
I mean, that's if there's trouble, man. He don't get into trouble often. If. We got to throw the if out there because he's looked untouchable.
He would be seeing them for a third time, correct? This would be 3 starts against them in the series?
No, that would be a second.
Second start.
Yeah, you're thinking of the fact that he was warming up for that 18 inning.
He came in the game. No, if it wasn't for Freddie hitting the home run, he would have been in there. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's just Blake Snell finally looks human. You know what I'm saying? And we gotta remember, he hasn't fared well against the American League East in his career. Toronto's always hit him well. The Yankees have always hit him well. I understand it's a different teams than the teams he's faced, but Vladdy's still there, Bo's still there. There's still some familiar faces from when he was in the American League East, and it just seems like he's not as comfortable as he should be.
Yeah.
That's me. That's what I see when I watch him pitch. Like he's just fiddling with his mechanics. He's something just doesn't feel right with him.
Right.
And maybe it's because he knows, like, damn, like I got to be perfect. My offense ain't really giving me much. What am I gonna do? And so it's a lot of what ifs.
Yeah. Listen, if he's able to keep it where it's at right now, I'd take the start and run with it. You know, I don't think we could really sit here and call this a bad start because, as you mentioned a couple of times already here tonight, this Dodger offense has to step up, man. There's a couple of guys who the Dodgers haven't really gotten much out of, and it's like, well, there's only 2 games left after tonight, maybe 1 if you don't get it together. So now's the time.
Yeah, I mean, we've been waiting for Mookie all series. Where's Mookie at?
Yeah.
Maybe he has a swing that we'll remember tonight that catapults him for the rest of the series. But
right.
Oh man, this is gonna be a very interesting next few innings. Because if you're the Dodgers, you got to score it like in the next few innings.
Like, I don't, and not to speak negatively about the Blue Jays when I say this, but I don't think the Blue Jays pitching staff can keep this game where it's at right now. Like you see this 3-1 ball game that we're watching right now in the 6th. It's not staying like that. Not at all.
Score should be 2-1. How does Teo turn that easy single into a triple with no outs?
Oh, I know what he's talking about. Yeah.
The dive, yeah.
Right.
That dive is ugly.
King Cash, bro, you 5 for 5, and you hit early tonight. Shout out to you,
bro. Salute.
He hasn't missed out on any of the World Series.
We here
videos.
with you, dog. We here with you. No matter what happens, we here with you. Don't even worry about it. And then I also think there's been a bit of an issue in terms of like there's not much strike zone. There's a lot of 3-1, 3-2, high stress level innings on both sides where like you can't get a clean inning. Because both these offenses, they don't strike out. The one thing I will say that's uncharacteristic of the Dodgers is they're not putting the ball in play as much as they usually do.
Right.
They're popping balls up. Dalton Varsho, ooh, he looked like he hit that, but he didn't get all of it. If I'm Kike Hernandez, I'm just standing in one spot in right field, and if the ball's in that area, I'm catching it.
No, that's Teoscar in right.
Teoscar Hernandez.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, all right, I'm standing in one spot in right field. If the ball's away from me or behind me, I'm just I don't even understand why he's out there right now. And that just goes to show you they don't have options.
Right.
They don't. For all the star power that we talk about with the Dodgers bench isn't great.
No, it's not.
It's not great. Like there's not somewhere you could go to and say, oh, what a play by Freddie Freeman. You seen that play just now?
Yep.
Wow.
Shout out to Freddie, man, at his old age, still getting down and dirty over there defensively at first base.
He makes it look easy too, bro. Playing first at his level is not easy. Like Gold Glove level, especially at this age, and he's dealing with a bum ankle that probably ain't right. You know what I'm saying?
He's by far, he's got to be in that conversation for like one of the best first basemen of all time. I'm not saying he's top 3, top 5, but if you were to put a list together, Freddie got to be in his late 30s by now.
What, like 35, right?
Nah, Freddie's older than that, bro.
You think so?
Yeah. Freddie just turned 36 last month.
36. All right, I was
close.
Plus the one game we had to bench Pajas, they get a fly out to center for a run. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, King Cash, listen, man, I've said it before. I don't know if you feel the same way being a Dodgers fan, but that number 9 hitter, man, he's just
That's
killing
a
it for you.
black hole. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a
That
black
is
hole for
tough
you
to
guys, man.
watch, man.
It
And it's
is.
not just in the series. It's been all postseason long, like the
Yeah.
entire month of October.
I read his stats today. He's hitting like 090.
It's
He's
really bad,
he's
bro.
like 4 for 50 in the postseason. I was like, Jesus. And he played all the games. This is the first game in the postseason he got benched. And I'm sitting there like, how is this even real? How are you still playing? 4 for 50 is like, that's one hit every like 25. That's one hit every 10 at bats,
Yeah,
bro.
that's really bad. Yeah.
That is crazy. Yo, his batting average is like it's like a decimal point at that point.
For real.
Yo, that's crazy. Dollars, what's good, bro?
Chad, what's going on?
When your batting average is a decimal point, you're horrible right now. His arm is a cannon. It kept him in the lineup. Fair. Fair, but when you're not producing with the bat and the top of your lineup's not doing anything, in the middle of your lineup's the only one producing, it's gonna fall down to you to produce for them.
Exactly.
Kind of crazy. Kind of crazy.
King Cash, how you feeling right now at this point in the game? You think you guys still got a shot, or you wouldn't be surprised if Toronto comes out on top?
Nah, they just had a walk-off win a couple nights ago. He's feeling himself still. He's feeling himself still.
Better chill, bro.
Because I tell you this, you know what I would do too? I would take Shohei out the leadoff spot in Game 6.
Where would you put him?
Second or third. Because I want him to be up when there's base runners on.
Right, yeah.
Because if he hits a home run right here, it's 3-2.
See, the thing
Right.
is, it's a little hard. Like, I agree with you, right? But then I also see the other side. And Shohei, the reason why he's a leadoff guy is because he's somebody who would definitely get the party rocking and rolling early.
No, for sure. Yeah.
Just him alone, right? But then
Yeah.
at the same time, I understand if you do that, you're not doing it with anyone on because it's always you by yourself. You know?
Exactly, which is why with the offense scuffling as it is, maybe Mookie will see better pitches with Ohtani behind him. You know what I'm saying? With Ohtani batting second and him batting first, that might unlock Mookie Betts because you don't want to pitch to Ohtani. Especially if there's runners on. You might give Betts the fastball.
That makes sense too. I'm
It
not
makes
mad
sense.
at that. Yeah.
Listen, I'm just trying to get your offense jump started. So I would tinker with moving him down as he hits a rocket caught by Addison Barger. What a play.
Wow.
That guy's a baseball player, man.
Surprised he didn't end up with like a mouthful of grass and dirt.
And he hasn't played right field since he was in the minor leagues. He was playing second and third most of the year this year.
Wow.
So that's not even his natural position. Nah, your Savage's splitter should be illegal. It starts at the sky and it ends up at your ankles, bro. That's crazy.
Yo, this Blue Jay team is something else to watch.
They're unbelievable, bro. They really are. They really are.
You know, I do wonder though, and I don't want to speak any of this into existence. You know, we still got a couple of days left, but I wonder if the Blue Jays do win this World Series,
that
right?
splitter is nasty. Yeah, go ahead.
What does it mean for the Dodgers moving forward?
That's an interesting question.
I mean, I know we don't start talking about like tearing anything down, but I just wonder, like, how does that feel, especially if you're the Dodgers? Like, I know you won as recently as last season, but I know the front office, like top down, they're all looking to win the next 2, 3, 4 World Series if they could, you know?
Yeah, but this team is also older. That's why when you say you're not looking to tear anything down, I would. I would move some
In
pieces
what
off the
way?
board.
In what way?
Okay,
I gotta hear
so
this
if it were me, I'd probably get a better.
because I don't
third-
see the big three going anywhere.
Max Muncy. You're gone. You're done. You're not playing third here anymore.
I believe he's a free agent after this season.
I'm
right?
getting a shortstop. I don't care how good Mookie is. Playing short puts a demand on your body, and I think it affects his offense. So I'm
Could be.
going to get him a shortstop.
Yeah.
If it's me, I'm talking about Freddie becoming the full time D. You can't even DH him because Otani's there.
Yeah.
Tough.
Freeman's got to be there until damn near his last days.
Which listen, this is why if you really love to pitch, you might have to sacrifice your offense at some point for the betterment of the team.
Right.
Because if
You know
Freddie
what's
need,
crazy though? As much as he says that he prefers to pitch, I'm sorry, but he's a much better hitter, bro. Not to
right,
say that if Otani only focused on just pitching for a full season, he can't do it. Absolutely. He'd be the one guy who could.
I'm
But at
talking
the
about
same time, I think you got to go offense eventually. Give up the pitching, I say, at some point.
at some point, yeah. What
Yeah.
I'm saying to you, King Cash, is you need a quality player. You need a quality shortstop. Mookie's done an admirable job of filling in at shortstop, but not his natural position.
Yeah. And shortstop, I think, might cause him to age a little quicker, too, you know?
Yeah, you're putting a lot of wear and tear on his body. His swing ain't his hands are not as quick. Uh he's got to run after balls. You're putting the body in a very compromised position. I don't know if I'd keep him there long term. If it's me, I'd go
I
out and
agree.
get a shortstop. It does not matter. I'm talking about as he
Yeah.
continues to age.
Yeah, we're not knocking him for the talent at short. We know that he's more than capable of playing at an elite level. It's just Mookie's a guy who's entering his mid 30s. You want to
Yeah,
have Mookie
you want
still
to add nah.
37, 38? Like, come on now.
Like I would put him in right field. I would. I'd put him back in right field. I'd get him off his feet because you got to remember, shortstop every day. That's a lot of moving. That's a lot of positioning. That's a
He's
lot of
33 right now.
nah. Yeah. Nah. You want to preserve whatever's left of 34, 35, 36, and maybe get him to 37 if you can. Because you still signed him to a long term deal. When they acquired him, he was in the middle of I think they signed him to a 12-year contract.
Right.
So you still got him for another 7 or 8 years, and so it's yeah, Trey Savage is doing work. I think he has double digit Ks.
He says he trusts him to figure out the offense. In this
Outfielders,
series? You talking
nah,
about this series? Overall.
no, I'm talking no, but in the outfield, you might preserve his body. You understand what I'm saying? You're watching Teoscar Hernandez play right field.
Right.
Mookie Betts cannot be no worse than watching Teoscar Hernandez in right field. I'm sorry. The guy won Gold Gloves out there. Shortstop at this age in his career, and he's not a everyday shortstop. 11 Ks for Trey Savage. Damn. He's not an everyday shortstop. What you're asking him to do to finish his career is kind of crazy. I don't know if I like that. I think in the outfield, you preserve his body a little more. Because you're not involved
let
in
me
every
ask King
play.
Cash this question, actually, right? Because we just mentioned Freddie Freeman and the fact that he's getting up there in age as well.
Right.
So, King Cash, according to what you're saying, it sounds like you as a Dodgers fan are okay with Freddie Freeman playing till who knows how long at first base, and the same for Mookie at short. I don't like that.
That's
I
a
don't
bit
like
of a
that.
gamble. And so
I wonder why they did that.
side note, why is Teoscar in right? Who switched them from left? Well, that's a good point. That's a good point. I don't know, but I know Mookie Betts would be better served for the long haul of his career going back to the outfield.
Mm-hmm.
Because shortstop is a very demanding position. It's demanding. It's not something that I would ask him to do for the next 3-4 years of his career. It's bad. That's bad management. That's just bad management. You can't do that.
And I also wonder if at any point, right, has Mookie Betts and the Dodgers ever had a conversation when they did decide to move him from right to short? Like, hey, this is temporarily, eventually we're going to get you back out there, but could you hold it down for at least now? Because I wonder if Mookie Betts wants to stay at short, or does he want to go back to right field?
Listen,
somebody should ask him that.
They probably did. And Mookie's going to tell you, I want to do what's best for the team.
True, true. He's
The
a
pl-
winner. He's a
the
winner.
player
Yeah.
is always gonna tell you, yo, whatever the team needs me to do, I'm gonna do.
Unless you're Rafael Devers.
Hence why he ain't win since he's left Boston. Hence why he ain't win in a couple years
Yeah.
with his selfish behind. But I'm asking you, it's like, yo, for the long term investment, I don't care what he wants. Don't matter for the long term. I got you signed for another 7 years after this, bro. You can't play short. I'm sorry. I'm not allowing you to play shortstop. Nah, no way. No way. Not at his age, not with what is coming. Now, if you said he was 23, play shortstop for the rest of your life. Like, I don't care. But
Yeah, he's got another 6 years left
nah,
on
no
that deal
way. No
until
way.
2032.
Nah, no way.
He'll be 39 years old at that point.
No way. You like look. I understand he wants to play shortstop, but there's better shortstops out there that you can go acquire.
Right.
There just are.
And it's not like they're not available. We've seen plenty of them get signed over the past few years.
And traded.
Right.
So you can trade for somebody. You don't have to keep him at short just because he wants to be there.
True.
That's bad business. Dave Roberts, why is Blake Snell still in his game, bro? Why is he still in his game, bro? He did the same thing in game 2. Yes, because you're still paying him all that money. What do you mean? You're under contract. He can't.
Why you view it as a knock though, King Cash? You still getting the same bread. We're just trying to help you out, over the course of your last few years as a professional.
And you know what? Since I'm a businessman, I want return on my investment as you age.
Right.
Got you signed for another 6 years. What do you think we gonna look? You gonna look like at short at 36?
King Cash trying to flip it and reverse it on us.
You ain't flipping and reversing nothing. I'm telling you that billionaires don't become billionaires by wasting money. You think the Guggenheim family became and the the owner of the Dodgers became rich by wasting money?
Yeah.
You crazy? That's throwing good money after bad. You was insane. Hell no. They need a shortstop. They know they need a shortstop.
What I will say though, now that we're actually having this conversation with a Dodgers fan, you can tell how much Mookie Betts, means to the Dodgers fan base.
So then you know what? If it's disrespectful to him, we can easily find a place to trade him to then.
No, but it's not even about his offense, King Cash. That's not I think Stefan as well. I speak for both of us. Yeah. I strongly believe that he's going to have a bounce back season offensively.
He is.
I wouldn't doubt it. It's not even about how he's been with the bat, bro. Not at all.
I think playing shortstop weakens his offense, bro. It does. It does. Why do you think catchers wear down during the middle of the season? Shortstop is the most. Listen, you already know how I feel. Shortstop, catcher, and center field are the most 3 demanding positions in the sport.
Those are your favorites. You say it all the time.
And it works, because look at what happens when you build championship teams. You need a good shortstop, you need a good center fielder, and you need a good catcher. At that point, we got to come to the realization, I don't care if it's disrespectful to him or not. You know what I mean? Like, the disrespect to him, I don't really care if it's disrespectful. If I'm paying you, screw your disrespect. You going where I tell you to go. You got 6 years of this.
Right.
And you getting off a shortstop might help us win more championships because there's somebody younger, more athletic, that can play the position a little bit more fluidly. You know what I mean? Like at that point,
you know what it comes down to as well, especially if you look at how the Dodgers have been operating, for a while now.
Right.
I mean, it kind of makes sense with how they go about things anyway. Wouldn't you want to add on to what you already have? That's what the Dodgers are all about. Yo, we have X, Y, and Z, but let's add A, B, C as well.
Exactly. So what if I got a shortstop in Mookie Betts? I'm going to go sign whoever because I can.
Yeah, I thought that's the Dodgers as we know them today.
Come on, bro. Like, and then the other thing is like, okay, the other thing I would do if I'm the Dodgers is you got to figure out that bullpen at some point.
Yeah, that's tough.
Like, all right, I'll play the game with you.
They have tried though. I mean, the Tanner Scott thing, it's not like it's
I
their fault.
I'll play the game with you.
That's all Tanner Scott.
Shohei Ohtani should give up his starting position as a starting pitcher and become your closer. You can still hit. They changed the rules for you once. They will change them again. You are the golden goose. You can run in from the bullpen when you're done warming up to hit. It ain't that hard. There's bullpen cars all over the field. You hit. You want to throw under the bat. There's places he can throw. Closing may preserve his arm more. And what it allows you to do is you don't have to worry about, damn, yo, do I pull him in the sixth? Do I pull him in the seventh? Yeah, you're in the ninth inning, dog. No matter what happens, you're in the ninth inning of this game.
I think if he wants to stick to pitching long term, I think ultimately he has to agree to becoming
Go to the
something like
bullpen
that.
at some point. Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah. Because I'm going to be honest. Listen, while I love Ohtani, I don't really want him throwing, 25 to 30 starts per year. I don't want that.
Meaning, you don't want to trust Glasnow's health. Ohtani had too much Tommy Johns. Don't pin it all on Glasnow. Like, Glasnow's the problem. Ohtani had 2 Tommy John surgeries. It's not like Ohtani's been the pitcher of health the last couple years. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, he
he's
just
been
got
hurt.
back.
Yeah. I'm talking about preserving him. And listen, you got money. Now all of a sudden your money gonna run out. You could get more starting pitchers if you want to.
Yeah, speaking of Ohtani, I have a random question right now.
Go ahead.
And you never know, right? But King Cash, do you think we ever see Ohtani win both the MVP and the Cy Young in one season? Now, we've seen pitchers do it before. But for Ohtani to do it knowing that he's both a full-time starter and a full-time hitter as well,
That's crazy.
That's different. We've seen his teammate Kershaw did it. I believe Verlander did it in Detroit as well. So it's happened as a pitcher.
Yeah,
but as a two-way player,
that would be insane.
That's different.
That would be insane. That's why, to me, I just told my uncle today. I was like, "Yo, Ohtani might be the best baseball player ever because there's not many people that can do what this guy does. In fact, there's nobody that can do what he does." Mark Pryor. Why is Mark Pryor coming out and not Dave Roberts?
It should be Dave Roberts.
What do you got to see? They're blowing this game, bro.
And look at his pitch count. He's at 110 right now.
What are you doing, dog?
It's the top of the 7th inning, first and second with 1 out, and Blake Snell is at 110 pitches. And he's not being removed yet.
That is insane.
Not a fan of this right here. Nah.
And if you lose the game, this is the point where you might have lost the game.
It might be a wrap. It might be a wrap, bro.
That's crazy, bro.
It might be a wrap. I'm sorry.
And David Schneider already took him deep once. What are you waiting to? You want to see it happen again?
Yeah.
Wow, this is a bad move. This is a bad move.
King Cash says Dave Roberts is not about to trust the bullpen unless he has to.
Okay.
I don't know, bro. I would have gone to it right now, regardless of whether this is Blake Snell's last
they're
time
down
on the
2
mound
already.
or not.
They're down 2 already. One swing, you're down 5, and the ball game's over.
The fact that he's over 110 is wild.
It's crazy.
Like this isn't even like. I mean, we grew up watching stuff like this,
so it's not crazy for us. But in the modern game, with how they protect pitch counts,
this is nuts.
With a guy that already took him deep, mind you.
Right.
So it's like, all right, he's already seen your stuff, bro.
And then isn't Vladdy on deck right now?
Yes.
Oh, my God. So you're going to wait until then, right? Wait until then to take him out?
So Vladdy hits a rocket somewhere and the ball game's really out of hand. Yeah.
Come on. By the way, Vladdy's hands to get in on that pitch, he's got some quick hands
going in.
That's insane,
bro.
Yeah.
Yes, and that one swing is going to be... You never know. Because David Snyder already took him by the umpire. The umpire is squeezing him a little bit though. There's some pitches that could have been called strikes that weren't, so I will give him that.
True.
But I tell you one thing, Blake's now shedding the moniker of the 5 and fly guy, because he's out here throwing deep in the games. And that was one thing during his career that we thought, he doesn't throw deep in the games. He's not consistent enough, so he shed the label of being somebody who doesn't throw deep in the games. Will Smith is having a tough time back there behind the plate right now.
He's working. He's working overtime right now.
For sure, bro. Listen, I have real sympathy for catches. Did he catch all 18 innings? I think he caught all 18 innings the other night.
He caught all
and
18.
Then he caught yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
See, now a walk loads him up, and now you in trouble now.
This, I don't know. I don't know what to say about what we're watching right now.
What it shows you is, number one, super teams don't exist. Because how does a super team like the Dodgers have no bench, and how is the bullpen as bad as it is? Keep that in mind. Oh, what a pitch. Got him. What a changeup.
Ooh, that was nice.
Dave, don't risk this, Dave.
You can't keep him in now, though.
He's going to get him.
All right. Finally.
I was like,
all right, so listen, that's a quality start. 6 2/3, only 3 runs allowed.
Yeah, for sure.
Now the 2 on are his responsibility if anything happens.
It could go up, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm going to do? This is going to sound absolutely crazy. I'm walking Vladdy to load the bases with 2 outs.
I see where you're going with that. I wouldn't be mad at that.
You know why? Force at every play.
True.
Force at every base. And if Bo Bichette hits one out the park, then you live to fight for a game 6. But you can't let Vladdy be the guy that beats you right now.
Dan, that's a tough one to live with, though.
No, but if Vladdy beats you, then you feel demoralized. If Bo beats you and hits a double down the line, you live with it.
Yeah.
Because Vladdy's dangerous, bro. What was that, 7 home runs in these playoffs? 8 home runs?
Something crazy.
He got 8 home runs, bro. 27 RBIs during these playoffs. He can't beat you.
That's a good point, King Cash. Stefan and I have said it earlier in the series.
Yeah, Vesey is a big miss.
That was huge.
Because his splits against lefties and righties is amazing.
Right. And they've been going to Bondi situations as opposed to, going to Vesia, when I think they would have preferred to go to him instead had he been available.
Right. Wow. Yeah, it's I don't envy where you about to go. And here's the thing. If you're the Dodgers and you keep this right here, guess what? That means you get to see Jeff Hoffman again in a close game. You get to see Sir Anthony Dominguez in a close game. If you're the Dodgers, all you want to do is keep it right here. Because if you keep it right here, you can still win this game.
I think it's safe to say that if the Blue Jays do decide to go to the bullpen, that'll be what they do, right? So Dominguez straight to Hoffman.
Yeah. You know what? You laugh.
Yeah.
But I think about it.
Yeah, ask him to tap into that hybrid version of himself that he's been,
By the way, the gap for Skubal and Tigers, to change gears real quick, it's not 250. It's more like 300.
Wow. So I'm assuming he wants 5, and they were somewhere in like the 2 range.
They barely got up to 2. They stopped at like 180.
Oh no, that's a slap in the face. Come on now. So he's somewhere in the high $400 million, maybe entering 5.
Anywhere between 450 and 480.
Right. That's a lot of money, man, for a pitcher.
This is basically the ball game. Bringing your best. Well, Dave didn't listen to you because here's Hernandez. Wow, 100 by him.
And he threw that there like it was nothing.
But 100 could get timed.
Yeah.
The more you see it, you could time it up.
I think they get out of it. I think so. And the thing is, if you want to give yourself a shot to come back into this ball
You
game,
gotta do this. You gotta
you
get out
have
of it
to
right
get
here.
out.
Yeah, you can't. Nah. Yeah. Wow. 8 home runs, 5 strikeouts this postseason, dog. Oh my god.
Damn, 5 strikeouts is crazy.
See
That
that
means when he's at the plate, the ball is doing something.
it's either going out or he's hitting a rocket somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Can we say unintentional, intentional walk? You see this? You ain't
Could
getting
be one of those, maybe.
You ain't getting none to hit, dog. Hell no.
Be careful with that fastball now. You throw it enough, I don't know.
That's
Might not look as fast.
He's gonna time it, bro.
Yeah.
Wow. Speaking of timing,
Look
the
at
fact
that
that
view. That's a beautiful view, man.
the aerial view is crazy, right?
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't want to be flying in that blimp though. I'm afraid of heights, brother. I'll be scared ishless. Big pitch right here. Big pitch right here. To the backstop, the Blue Jays are gonna score 4-1 Toronto.
Oh no!
Wow.
Yeah, it's a wrap.
You see why I say walk him? You see why I say what I say?
4-1.
4-1 with runners on first and second, and Bo coming up.
Yep. I think if you were gonna do that, you might as well should have just put him on.
You might just walked him.
Yeah, no need to go through all that hard work.
Yeah,
you know?
for what? Dave.
I kind of feel like Will Smith could have caught that.
He could have caught it.
Yeah.
Right.
King Cash, how do you feel about Will Smith tonight behind the plate so far?
He said Will Smith need glasses. He said that a couple minutes ago.
Yeah.
Get Will Smith some glasses at this point.
He said he's
having a terrible game. I agree with you, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to remember, he caught 18 innings 2 nights ago, and then he caught the whole game last night. That's a lot of catching, bro.
Right.
They're human. Tough. Like, these guys are human at the end of the day. And he still might load them up here. Wow.
Come on.
So, real quick, sidebar, I have to tell the Frank Sinatra story again because a guy that follows us, because you cut the clip off before I got into the story.
Yeah, because they got to come here.
So I told them we'll tell the story again, and
yeah,
I'll make sure that, you know, it's because he was like, yo, I want to hear this story. So I said, if you sub, then I'll tell the story. And then I told him we were live tonight. So I wonder if he's going to.
You know, I was surprised that we actually got love on that clip because that was one of those random ones, right? I was like, you know what? I kind of felt like it was a conversation that, you know, we enjoyed, you know, and when it happened,
each other, yeah.
And I was like, let's see if the people are vibing with this.
That's not fair. That's not fair, King Cat. That's not fair. You can't say that. That's not fair. No, seriously, that's not fair.
I saw what he said. He's being selfish.
What if you were catching 18 innings and somebody told you that?
You don't want to hear that, bro. The Dodgers are all about winning now.
All right, well, you all about giving up a run because Bo Bichette just hit a single, 5-1. There that goes.
Oh, my God.
There that goes. Vladdy just got the third. Bo Bichette's about to get the second. And there that goes, boys and girls. So much for all about winning.
Yeah, they're not coming back, bro. No way.
Toronto's offense is no joke, bro. It's no joke.
Yo, can the Blue Jays finish it off, though? Like, that's what we got to – I mean, listen, I know you still got to focus on these 2 innings right here in front of you. You got to get
these last 6 outs right here. No, this ain't over yet either. No.
If they do win, like, the conversation starts to become, can the Blue Jays win the World Series?
Not can does it, but can't they do it? They better do it. You up 3-2 going home. I ain't got no excuses. What you mean? You took 2 games in LA. Who told yo, if I'd have told you the beginning of the series, yo, bro, they're gonna win 2 games in Los Angeles. You better win one of those games at home.
Yeah, you have to.
If you them, you don't even want to go to a game 7
True.
because all the pressure's gonna be on you. Get it over and done with. Win Friday night. Wrap it up. Because if you don't win game 6, game 7 is a crapshoot. It's anybody's ball game.
Listen, winning game 6 is possible, but as I mentioned earlier, that might be one of the biggest games for them, this postseason. Knowing that you're going into that game 6 up 3-2, and then it might end up being a tie going into a game 7.
That's what I'm saying.
Yo, there's a lot of different scenarios here.
You can't treat.
I feel like he's been having a bad series.
Had a bad series, yeah.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest, he's had a bad postseason.
I mean, he's been chilling. He's had his feet kept propped up this whole postseason.
I'm gonna be honest. You could say, what about the game that he almost let this guy blow it, and brings in Roki with 2 outs. Roki gets a save, but the Phillies almost came back and won that game. It was game 2. Remember, we were on live.
Yeah, we covered it. Right.
Yeah, Dave is having a bad. Dave turned into Aaron Boone overnight. I don't know what happened.
Damn, they really about to put the season in Yamamoto's hands like that?
I mean, you're gonna have to, dog, at that point. And then you gotta hope that he's perfect. Because your offense is not doing enough to where he could give up a couple runs. Now he's gonna make another pitching change. Who you going to now? That Vesia? Not having Vesia feels like it could be the series. Like, it feels like that could be something that.
Do we know who's coming out here?
I don't know. I didn't see.
I can't tell.
It was the aerial view.
Listen, Fox, I don't think I want that point of view when a pitcher is coming in. Can you actually show me who the guy is?
Hold on. You know what we're going to do so we can know who's coming in and stuff like that? I'm going to just put the game. I'm going to put the game up on.
Yeah, that's a good point, King Cash. We feel the same way. Like, honestly, if the Blue Jays win tonight, 3-2, I honestly have it being 3-3 after game 6 because I think Yamamoto comes through. And the game 7 is really, but it's not just you guys, bro. Like, the Blue Jays, they're in a tough spot too.
What do you mean?
No, because he said he's not worried about Yamamoto.
You should. No, you got to be worried about everybody. Because if he has a bad start, that's your season, dog. You can't walk in here talking about, oh, I'm not worried. You got to be worried. You should not be down 3-2 right now. You had 3 games at home and you only won 1 of those games?
That's bad.
I'm worried. So we can keep track of what's going on here. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to just pop this bad boy up on the screen and it's just going to stay with us and we're going to open this up like this so we can see who's coming in, who's coming out. I think there's a way I could get it. Hold on. Where I can situate it.
Yeah.
Where we could see. Okay.
$27 ounce graphics here, folks. Bear with us.
You know what I mean? And then what I'm going to do is since I don't really need to see it and can you see that, Ivan?
What are you showing us?
So basically this is what you see here is basically who's in the game, the hitter, and
but if you just got to move up a little bit. Because you cut off like the score at the top. Yeah.
So move it up a little bit. Okay.
Right there. We good. We good right here.
Good. All right.
We good, yeah.
And then, so what we're going to do is I'll come back to StreamYard.
Ooh, look at that right there. World Baseball Classic, March 2026. Can't wait. I got to get me a Team USA t-shirt. I got to get me a Puerto Rican. Well, actually, no, I got a Puerto Rico t-shirt. And a DR one I already have, actually. So you know what? All I really need is a Team USA one. I have one, but it's too small. I think when I bought it was back in like 2017-ish around there.
Damn, this guy said 2017. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's a long time ago. Listen, we've been watching baseball for some time now, bro, just like you.
No, I get it.
Yeah. I know I definitely bought a Team USA shirt before, but I know that thing don't fit me no more.
I need a Team USA hoodie. If they sell them things, I need one.
You have a hat, right?
That hat is still crispy. I don't
Yo,
know
you
what.
you you have a PR hat or no?
Nah, I'm gonna get one though.
Yo, get one for the classic, bro.
I think I'm thinking about it. Yeah.
Yeah, you rock the PR hat. I rock the shirts. You know.
Then we gonna be beefing because then if you got the DR and I got the PR, it's wartime in here. You know what I mean?
I mean, listen, I'm split down the middle, bro. So regardless, I'm for whoever wins that battle. I'm I'll go home happy at the end of the day.
It's your own personal cheat code. Damn, bro.
For real.
Oh man.
Yo, is there a way to close that in the middle? Cause this is like free ad right here
In the
for
middle, hold
Capital
on. All
One.
right, we can. Let me see what I can do here. Hold on. Okay, it went
Thank
away.
you. Cause I'm but they keep coming. What's this?
See, I don't want to hit it because I don't know what it might do. It might send me to another screen, which is
Mm-hmm.
some bullshit. All right, get out, man. Get out. I don't want to see your ad. Get out. Thank you.
All right, we good. We good.
Stupid ass ads. Come on, man. Get out.
King Cash said at this point, start Roki for game 7. That's crazy.
I mean, it's all hands on deck at that point, right?
Yeah, everybody got to be available. I don't care when the last time you pitched was.
I don't care if you pitched yesterday.
Listen, I don't know if they do it. I highly doubt that they do it. Let me not
Yeah,
act
me
like
too.
I don't know. But Yamamoto, I would not be surprised if after doing what he's going to do in game 6, he tells Dave Roberts, listen, if
I
you
could
ever
give you.
need me
I
in the
could give
late
you
inning,
one. Yeah, I could give you one tomorrow. Yeah, for sure.
I'm still here, if anything, you know?
They're gonna start Glass now because it's his normal start, but I don't know how far I would go. Nah, yeah. Friday, Chad. Friday.
Yeah, we're
I,
off
I
tomorrow.
I feel you, but we need the day off, dog. We've been here 3 straight days in a row.
They're off. We're off, you know?
Know what I mean?
We all need the day off.
Yeah, you
Yo,
know
guys,
what?
by the way, hit the like if you haven't yet. You know, I always like to remind you guys of making sure you hit that like button for sure.
So what we're gonna do, guys, is like for the next 2 streams, so we don't have to remind you guys. Ivan, what I want to do specifically for tomorrow is put like a welcome. You're watching 27 outs and just have it flying across the screen for the whole time that we're on. So if people come across it, they see it, and we don't always have to pull it up. You know what I'm saying?
What are you talking about?
So what I'm saying is it could say welcome to 27 outs. You're watching a special watch along edition, blah blah blah. And
Well,
then
they know that by the
no, but
title.
no, but you can also have the socials at the bottom just scrolling throughout the game. That's what I would do too, just because instead of having to remind, because sometimes we might forget depending on where we are in the game. I was thinking about that. I was like, we should just have it scrolling. It doesn't really like it don't affect nothing. Like it's not like nothing else is down there. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
The thing about this is it gives it away though, so that's why I'm not really a fan of having this up here.
Yeah, it's not to where what you're
It's
seeing visually, you know?
it's synced up, yeah. Yeah, Savage is still out there in the 7th. He only got 81 pitches though, but if it's you, bro, you keeping it. How long you let him go here?
You
You're
Savage?
Yeah.
Where's he at? He's at 91 pitches.
92 pitches now.
92 now.
So you let him
I
get
think
to
I would make
100?
this. I would make this his last inning right here. Finish the
Okay.
7th. Finish the 7th, and you know, let us worry about the 8th and the 9th, as they should.
He is looking
I mean, because what else do you want from the guy?
filthy. That's 12 Ks, bro. Yo, he metamorphosized into Cam Schlittler, bro. Like this is Cam Schlittler-esque right here. Making Freddie look foolish with that split. That splitter's disgusting, bro.
You could close that, bro. You don't got to stay there because it makes it hard for clips. Because we can't remove that for clips, you know.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just stop share screen. Cool. All right. Yeah. But nah, man. Listen, I tell you one thing. I don't envy the managers in this position. Cause when do you pull a guy? When do you not? He broke the rookie record. That's crazy. You saw Chad's comment here?
For most Ks by a rookie in the postseason.
That's crazy, bro.
Hmm.
He is out here. He is out here balling.
Who knows if we ever see this again though? Because what I'd like to know if anybody has ever done what he is doing right now, not only in this game, but what he's done in just 2025. I really would
Alone.
like to
Yeah, that's
know.
crazy.
Because that sounds like something that has never happened before.
No. And that's how you know the pitching is really dominating the sport. This guy walked into Dodger Stadium with all the pressure in the world on his back and struck out 12 dudes. You know what I'm saying?
Most
Like,
Ks in a World Series debut for a rookie. Okay.
that is crazy. Shout to him. Shout to him.
Oh, don't worry. We're going to see that matchup in the regular season a couple times,
Plenty
Chad.
of times. Plenty of times. Don't you worry.
That's a good one.
Don't you worry. Wow. The thing I'm asking myself here, if I'm Tommy Edman, is like, yo, I just want to keep the line moving for next. That splitter, that slider he just threw him is just unfair, bro. Just threw him a waffle ball slider, right? And then I'm gonna come back and throw this nasty overhand split. Like, if I'm at the plate, I'm like, all right, bro, like, come on, man, help. It's not even fair what you're carving me up right now. Help me, dog. Help me help you. By the way, guys, we are closer to our subscriber count, right? So I want to let you guys know that our goal is still 250. If we could get to 250 by the end of this by the end of the off season going into next season, I'd love that. If we could get past 250, that'd be great too. To the 6 people watching, Toronto is doing it for the 6, so that's an apropos number right now. How you guys doing? Stop by, say hello, welcome. D-Rels, what's up? What's up? Toronto is 6. He's out here saying it loudly and proudly. We see you.
D-Rails, what's going on, bro?
We see you. We see you, dog. D-Rels, we didn't ask you this yesterday, but what do you feel about the Antoine Richardson leaving the Mets? What do you think about the Mets offseason plans? What do they got to do? You're a Met fan. Talk to us. I want your thoughts, because we batted it back and forth a few times, but we want your thoughts. He said a pile driver by Kevin Owens. Oh man. By the way, the Twins made a hire today. They hired Derek Shelton to be their manager.
Yeah. He's basically going right back to where he used to be, because he was the bench coach there in 2018 and 2019 before he went to the Pirates.
Also, what do you think about Albert as Trey Savage, 7 strong, double play? Dodgers in trouble, y'all.
I kind of feel like the only reason he probably had left the Twins anyway was because they didn't offer him the job sooner. And now that it finally came to fruition, he's like, all right, I'll come back. I wanted it to begin with.
Point.
Because if you want something desperately, right, and you could get it elsewhere, why not leave if it's already being offered to you?
Nah, for sure, definitely. Ray was good, bro. We see you. Listen, and the thing is, he's also going in a very similar position. The Twins are going to be bad.
Yeah.
Rebuilding roster. Like, it's not like he's going into a win now. Like,
they're still looking to get rid of some guys too.
Yeah, you still trying. They might trade Joe Ryan at this point. It'd be smart if they could trade Byron Buxton. He had a good year, considering his health actually let him be on the field for most of the year. I would think about trading him if at all possible.
If he's down for it, because we've heard him talk about not wanting to leave.
At that point, you'd be a fool wanting to stay there in the middle of a rebuild. What are you doing?
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of his response when we heard him say that.
Okay. D-Rel says, I think the Mets had inside issues in the clubhouse. I don't like Mendoza, honestly. I don't think he's a good leader. I'm glad they cleaned house,
I think Mendoza is on a tight leash going into next season.
which is why I would have fired him to begin with. Why are you going to fire everybody on the staff and keep the manager? That makes no sense.
True.
Fire everybody.
Right. Start fresh
They
overall.
collapsed. They had a 4.5 months collapse that was the equivalent of like watching somebody fall really slow. Like you saw the fall start to happen, but the fall didn't happen. It's like the guy that's the clip of the guy that's like he's skidding on the snow, but he's not falling. He's just skidding in place before he falls.
Right.
That's Mendoza, dog. Like you gonna let the guy just skid?
I have a question for D-Rails. I gotta ask a
You know
Mets
what I
fan
mean?
this for sure. But I want to know, do you prefer if the Mets follow Juan Soto's lead or Lindor's lead?
That's an interesting question
What do you like? Which what do you prefer?
because that's part of where the clubhouse issues came from. If
I
you
know what I
asking me,
prefer, but I'm not a Mets fan, so who cares what I think? I
same
want to know
here.
what D-Rails
Yeah,
thinks.
same here. All the Met fans, like,
And
what you
Nick
where
as
you at?
well. Nick too. He's another one. I like. Who do you want to
He's a
follow?
Lindor dude, so he don't even. He's gonna tell you Lindor
Yeah.
1,000%.
Okay.
He's Lindor's. Yeah, he wasn't a fan when they signed Soto.
Really?
He thinks signing Soto was.
Wow.
He thinks signing Soto was a waste of time. Where if you looking back at it now, it might have been.
Yeah, I'm surprised though, because Nick is a guy who, he tends to say a lot of things about like the Yankees and whatnot. So I thought the Mets actually taking Juan Soto away from them would be like the biggest thing for him.
Nah, but I also told him about Soto's attitude and how he's not you know what I mean. He ain't,
Yeah, yeah.
the dude ain't. First of all, 7 innings pitched, 3 hits, 1 run, 1 hit, 12 Ks, no walks.
That's your opening day starter for 2026 right there. It has to be, bro.
If they win, he's up
Jose
there.
Barrios, Gossman, everybody move out the way.
Jose Barrios is never pitching for them ever again.
You think so?
He's done.
What's wrong with him?
He's
I don't
ineffective.
remember.
And he's hurt. He got a shoulder, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but he's never gonna have a significant role on their team.
Chad says a mid-season firing for Mendoza.
That makes no sense. If you're gonna fire him, why don't you just do it now? Look at all the managers that are available right now. Unless you don't like the managers in the candidate pool, which is another thing. I also think David Stearns is the wrong guy.
David Stearns.
Yeah, I think he's the wrong guy
How-
for this job.
This was year 2 of him, right?
Yeah,
too?
but his the way he thinks about money and Ernie Clement with another friggin' rocket. All this lineup does is hit, bro.
This might be another one of those games where we just hang for like another 15, 20 and
Just
because
call it a wrap. Yeah.
sorry to say, King Cash, I don't know if you're still here, bro, but you might want to start worrying about game 6 on Friday.
What he said, Lindor is the leader for me, but I think the Mets need multiple leaders on the pitching staff and fielders. That's a good point by you, but the question is though, like, I don't think Soto's gonna like conform, right? Like, Soto's not gonna be the guy that says, "All right, I'll just join in on the fun." Like, he's not doing that, which makes it harder for Lindor to lead, because it's not like you're telling Lindor you got all this open space. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're still restricted by the idea that Soto's gonna have a say.
Yeah, there's a guy who might not even want to do what Lindor wants, And the pitching is also that's certainly interesting. Like, while we know you guys have the youngsters, I don't see that being anything too crazy as early as next season. But the Mets don't like committing to pitchers anyway, so
Which is stupid.
yeah.
Everybody's gonna get hurt. You can't skirt the fact that somebody's gonna get hurt. You gave Frankie Montas 2 years. Frankie Montas made 4 starts.
I can't believe they offered him that deal. The moment I found out, I was like, yo, this is gonna be irrelevant by tomorrow.
Yo,
and it happened.
the moment he got to spring training, he hurt his arm getting off the bus.
Yeah,
Like,
man.
what are
Like,
we
listen,
doing,
you're
bro?
not gonna get anything close to what he did for the A's, bro. Stop. Like,
Yeah,
that's
and I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you the truth. It's like, yo, dog. I get for that. You should have just brung Severino back if you were gonna penny pinch the way that they
right,
have been.
right.
Like, you should have just brought Severino back at that point. Like, there's no sense in even. I don't understand your thought process there. Like, yeah, he's too smart for himself at that point. Like,
Mm.
you
So
trying
you
to
think he's too book smart and not street smart?
at that point. Listen, you know who should be the general manager of the Mets? It's a real easy decision for me.
Really?
It's easy. Like, if it was me, I would say, come on, bro. I would say that 5-1. Toronto scored it 6-1 now. I would say if it were me, if I'm being totally honest, the idea for me would be I'm calling two people. Yo, do you want this job? And what does it take to get you to take this job?
Mm-hmm.
One is see, I don't know if he takes it, but I would at least call. I would see what Jeff Lunau was doing, the former Astro manager that built that Astro dynasty in Houston.
Right.
I don't know if he takes the job, but I at least got a call and gauge his interest. Just to say, hey man, where you at? Would you want to come back if this was available to you? What does it look like? What do you need?
I,
For,
you know, say this is tough, man, because like while I understand the times that we live in now, and you can't
right,
allow certain things to go on for too long because it could
right,
backfire. But I just don't think the Mets are, and while they should because you brought him here to be, at the forefront of the shift in culture now, what we call New York Mets baseball.
right.
But I don't think the Mets are concerned about David Stearns yet. I don't get that vibe just yet, bro. I don't. I hear you. I'm not disagreeing with you, but I look at the team and I'm like, nah, I still think we're a couple of years away from that being something where they have to jump on.
So then pack it up because you ain't doing shit for the next couple years. Then you want me to tell you why? Real simple and plain.
Yeah,
You don't want to acquire starting pitching. Starting pitching is expensive.
very.
It ain't cheap. You can't keep nickel dime, nickel dime, nickel dime, nickel dime. At some point, you got the richest owner in baseball. You gotta spend some of his money. And if it backfires, it backfires. There's nothing you can do. People get hurt. It's a part of the game. You can't change injuries.
And that's also why you make that type of money too, is to take risk.
Right. At that point, listen, you think your owner became a billionaire by not taking risk? He took risks to become where he's at. Go spend it, bro. Like, what are we talking about? Like,
He
if
made
it
the
was
Lindor move happen pretty quickly.
right, life is about risk, right? And Cohen made that happen. Cohen made the Soto thing happen. Here's the problem. To me, the reason why I would get rid of Stearns is because Cohen doesn't feel like he needs Stearns. I'm going to explain what I mean. Soto wasn't Stearns' idea. That was all Cohen. Lindor wasn't the former GM's idea. That was all Cohen.
Right.
When he signed Verlander, when he signed Scherzer, who he met with? Cohen. The general manager was not the central figure when those deals got done. The owner stepped in and said, "My pockets is long. How much bread you want?" There was nothing about the owners, the GM having a say. Now all of a sudden, David Stearns got to have a say. Why? In what world? You understand what I'm saying? Like the whole idea, like all of a sudden now we got to be fiscally responsible with a GM that doesn't like to spend money. You got to go, dog. You're the general manager for the richest organization in the sport. If you don't want to spend money, you're in the wrong job.
Maybe David Stearns is better off in a position where, it's not all about money. I think that's where he thrives.
Which is why he shouldn't have left Milwaukee. Stay there. Or go somewhere like Oakland, or go somewhere like Vegas. Go somewhere where money is not tantamount to you winning.
I mean, they're still actually reaping the benefits of his work too.
What I'm saying, bro, at some point, the GM and the owner are disconnected. They're disconnected. You can't tell me that that's not how it looks and how it feels. If you don't think you're at the point yet where he should be thinking about losing his job, then you're gonna come back to me in a year from now. We're gonna be at this very same point next year, and you're like, "Yo, damn, yo, I remember when you said a year ago that this guy Stern should have lost his job."
I can see that happening. I've been around that block before for
We've
other
been
things.
here before, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to say that I'm right, because if I'm wrong, I'm cool.
Yeah, it could go either way.
But you know me long enough, right? This is gonna end ugly. You know how you know it's gonna end ugly? Because your franchise player who you gave 15 years to, the general manager, had his hands tied behind his back with his pants at his ankles. He had no say in anything. What do you mean? What do you mean? You go sign Soto and didn't you give me Frankie Montas? How do the two, like, how do we coexist together?
Frankie
we-
Montas and Sean Manai.
Are we speaking English together at some point?
Oh, you know what was the other deal? There was one that you left off, and I know this is gonna hit very close to home for Mets fans. David Stearns wasn't the one who got that Pete Alonso deal last offseason.
It was
secured,
Cohen.
right?
It was Cohen that did that.
That's another one.
Because remember, I had reported. It's pretty soon you'll learn. We do this. Me and him is what we do. You'll learn. Remember when I told y'all, yo, Cohen's down. He's going down to Florida. This was a week before spring training was supposed to start. He met with Pete in Tampa because I remember I told you, yo, they're gonna meet in Tampa because Pete lives and trains in Tampa in the off season. What happened 2 days later? He was signed.
Yeah.
It wasn't because Stearns wanted to give him the money. Because Cohen stepped in and said, all right, dog, he been lingering out here long enough. What you waiting for? What are you waiting for? If you're not going to get him signed, I'll do it my damn self.
That's pretty bad, though. Like, really think about it. Steve Cohen is telling David Stearns, yo, the checkbook is wide open. And you still not having conversations as if he didn't tell you what he did?
And that is why if I was Steve Cohen today, David Stearns does not have a job.
Mm-hmm.
He does not have a job. Because at that point, what do you need a general manager and a president for? Just for title and a name? If I can't agree on a vision, if we can't agree on each other's vision, then there's no need for even me to have a conversation with you at that point.
Yeah.
Like, then we're sitting here having a conversation like, yo, do you really even deserve to have a job? Because if I'm making all the decisions and all the financial ramifications are coming from the owner's office,
why are you here?
why are you here?
Yeah.
It's like when people say, oh, yo, I think it's like when, you know what? For example, the Orioles have not hired a general manager yet. Michael Elias is the president. By the way, he just became president. Quietly. They didn't tell nobody. It just got announced. And he got an extension. The Orioles the Orioles president, he was the GM. He is now the president, got an extension, got paid. Orioles didn't say nothing. They don't even have a general manager. He's going to be running the whole thing. At that point, I'm not saying that Cohen doesn't need somebody that doesn't know baseball, right? But to me, you got to have a guy who's in lockstep with you that says, yo, if you want me to spend this money, this is exactly what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
You know who would be the perfect general manager for him? AJ Preller. Because AJ Preller don't got no problem spending money. He ain't got no problem making trades. He ain't got no problem being crazy.
AJ Preller in New York would be crazy. Players would be in and out of Queens like they going through the damn turnstile.
But that may be what you need.
Yeah.
Because at least, listen, I'm not saying it works, right? I'm talking about just his aggressiveness and his willingness to say, yo, dog, I'm doing this.
Yeah, he's going to make it happen for sure. Listen, despite the Padres not having much success in the playoffs, listen, that is one guy.
It's not for him lack of trying because he's doing his job.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like at some point, there got to be a certain level of aggressiveness that takes hold, right? You like we can't keep having a conversation of when his Stearns gonna wake up, when his Stearns gonna wake up, when his Stearns gonna wake up, because he might not wake up. He might be still sleeping. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, this we're gonna dive deeper into this conversation, folks, especially come off season time. And as Stefan said, a lot of things that we talk about now, we end up talking about, months ahead because it ends up being things that happen in real time.
See, and this is not a shot against like the national media or nothing like that. The national media only tells you what they want you to know because they don't want to expose the business. I don't care about that. The business is getting exposed over here. We letting you know what's going down, so you can't say in a year from now, "Yo, I didn't even know that was going down."
We're the bad guys.
Of course. What you think why you think I told you what I told you when we first started the show? Yo, dog,
They're
there's
gonna
gonna be
hate
a
us.
point where they not gonna like us.
Yeah.
They're not gonna like us because what it's gonna do is we're gonna start telling the truth. I'm gonna be honest. Like, look, you know why the Dodgers are struggling right now? I'll tell you why. The GM got too complacent. Andrew Friedman, he's out here chilling. What did the Dodgers do at the trade deadline? Nothing.
That's true.
Alex Cole was their only addition. They did nothing.
And they usually do.
They didn't get the bullpen better.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't go acquire a bat. They stood still. Alex Cole was their only move. Look at what the Blue Jays did. You went out, you got Shane Bieber. He's had an impact for you, right? Like, even the IKF signing or the IKF trade was a little sneaky. IKF's had an impact in this World Series.
Right.
So,
Sir Anthony Dominguez was another
right,
guy.
From the Orioles, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Where you sit there and go, it's those little trades that you make that set you up to go on postseason runs. And the Dodgers feel like, oh, we spent the most money, so our roster's good. Roster don't buy you, money don't buy you chips. Just ask the Mets. Cohen spent how much money? And you didn't even make the playoffs.
Right.
And then the thing I find frustrating too with the Dodgers is like, just because you won one, that don't mean you're entitled to win 3, 4, 5 in a row. There's a reason why there hasn't been a repeat champion in the last.
Well, let's say 2 because let's give him 2020. That's 2 in the last 5 years.
I'm talking about back to back though.
Oh, right.
There hasn't been a back to back champion since the Yankees from '98 to 2000.
Mm-hmm.
You coming up on 30 years, bro. You can't act like your shit don't stink just because you've been here one time. Because you know what ends up happening? People expose you and you realize, oh, my shit does stink and it's kind of funky. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't act like all of a sudden it's all good because I spend the most money. Like, Toronto's doing it to them.
I got to be honest, though, too, man. Like, even if the Blue Jays do go on to win the World Series, I think the Dodgers are going to be right back here yet again. Now, whether they win or not is up to them, but I think they make it back here again.
That all depends, though. It all depends on 2 things. What happens in Queens? Because if the Mets get pitching, you could say they're going to get back all they want. Cohen is rich for a reason. That dude ain't playing. If I could get a schoolboy,
you think he has that type of offseason, though?
He got to.
Now that we're talking about that, would the Mets trade 2 of those youngsters for a schoolboy? D-Rails, if you're still here, would you like for them to do that? They probably won't, but
I wouldn't do it. But here's what I would do. Tell Pete Alonso, yo, good looking. Peace out. Yo, Juan Soto, you not a DH. Kyle Tucker, go play right field.
Okay, I think that benefits them, actually, yeah.
Know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, yo, we don't need top flight. Yo, what's his name? Christopher Sanchez. You about to be a free agent, right? Come pitch for the Mets. Take you from a division rival. We get you.
Ranger Suarez. I don't think Sanchez is a free agent.
Ranger Suarez is a free agent, but there's other pitching free agents that are out there that I have to look into. But if you're Cohen, you can't look. You cannot have an offseason like they had. You cannot have an offseason like they had last winter, miss the playoffs and not do nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You got to go for broke. So he might even spend more money now. And this will be the last offseason when he could spend the most money. So he might go crazy. Because if this is the last offseason without a salary cap, what do you think it means? What it means is he might go crazy.
Dylan Cease is going to be available too.
Dylan Cease is another one. I'd investigate that
Yeah.
in a heartbeat.
Listen, if they want to, I'm not saying, you got to catch them all on some like Pokemon stuff, but you got to get at least one.
You have to. Maybe
have
even
to.
two. Just to have something for those kids. Like, all right, we got two bona fide guys in here. Like, two makes sense.
Yeah, but they might not do the two depending on what happens with the Pete Alonso situation.
Pete Alonso is done. I ain't
He's
even
out?
worried about him. He's gone.
No. I know what you would do, but I'm talking about, you think the Mets end up doing that with him? They
You don't
cut
think?
bait?
All right, so let me ask you a question. You think him telling you he's gonna opt out at the end of the year was a mistake?
No, if I were Pete Alonso, I for sure am gone.
Well, what I'm asking you is, do you think him telling the Mets he's opting out was a mistake?
Nah.
No. That was perfectly planned. Yo, you took till spring training to bring me back. You had no intention of bringing me back. Which means you don't even want me now because I'm a year older. They ain't bringing him back, and he knows that. Because if he was going to come back, here's what he would have said. You ready?
I wonder how Mets fans feel about that.
If he was going to come back, here's what he would have said. You ready? Yo, I'm going to sit down, talk to Steve, figure some things out, talk to my wife, but I plan on sitting down and circling back with Steve at some point. Not at one point during that post-game press conference in the locker room in Miami did he say, I want to sit down and talk to Steve Cohen. He said, I've enjoyed my time being a Met. I hope the city embraced me the way I embraced it. I plan to opt out, and there was the end of that. There was the end of that. So if you don't think that was a nice little message to Cohen and his superiors, like, yo, I'm out. I'm just letting you know I'm opting out. I'm out. You ain't got to worry about me. Like, don't even come knocking at my door at that point. Because signing Pete Alonso was a redundancy. Soto needs to be DH. Vientos can't play third.
I don't think they're going to worry about that anytime soon. The moving Juan Soto from right field, I don't think yet.
Then you know what? You're wasting your time.
Because he's super young, bro. Like, I know ultimately, eventually, you have to make that decision. There's no other way to go about it. But I don't think they do that anytime soon.
What does age got to do with the fact that you're horrible in right field now?
He is.
I'm trying to mitigate a problem right here, right now. I don't care if he's 23. You suck in right field. You can't play the position, dog. There's a world-class quality right fielder sitting in here as a free agent. And the last thing you want is Kyle Tucker going to the Phillies. Kyle Tucker goes to the Phillies.
You think the Mets are going to be in on that? Kyle Tucker?
You have to be. You have to be.
Man, the Mets are going to be in on a lot, man. I got to see this.
They got the money. The reason why you got to be is because you got the money, right? Look who's in the foreground. George Springer's in the foreground with a helmet on.
What is happening right now?
You saw that?
Yeah, I see it.
What the hell's going on here, bro? Really?
Acting like we don't see him there with a helmet on.
Being slick, covert.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm going to keep saying it, and I don't know when y'all going to believe me. This is going to be the craziest offseason in...
Ray said, what offseason did they have exactly? Damn.
This is going to be the craziest offseason we've seen in the last 25, 30 years. I'm telling you.
I would hope so, man. I think we deserve that.
And you know why? You know why it's going to happen? And it's going to happen fast. You know why? Players want to know where they're playing. Teams want to know what's going down. You don't want to leave everything to the last minute because then that's less time for you to get your team prepared going into 2027. Remember, there's a lockout coming at the end of that, folks. You can't play around like you got all winter. You don't have all winter. Your resources are finite. Your money is finite. Your roster spots are finite. The team you're rolling with going into next year, that might be your team for the next 2 or 3 years. after this lockout's over, depending on what the machinations are for a potential salary cap.
Yeah, we'll be live for this, Chad. Not every deal, obviously, because no shade to some of these players, but not every deal matters. But we'll be alive for I said alive. We'll be live, excuse me, for a few of them for sure.
So I'll tell you this: we're gonna have more breaking news lives this winter than we had last winter.
Well, that's good and bad, right? It's good because, we want to find out how quickly things are going to happen, but it's also bad because then there's a period where everyone at that point already signed, so it just dies down.
Which is good because I could use another. We could use a nice little. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I remember what last off season was like, and I remember, sometimes we just didn't do shows because nothing would
But
be happening,
it's not. But Juan Soto's not here holding up the precipice. These players are gonna sign fast.
Yeah, I believe it for that reason. Yeah.
This free agency period is gonna happen fast.
Hmm.
Like I can tell you, like a couple weeks before Thanksgiving, we'll be back here with somebody signing a landmark contract.
That's in
That
2 weeks, bro. Because
that early,
we
yes.
got like a month till a little less, but just about a month till
Nah, yeah,
Thanksgiving.
we're gonna be back that early. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Because one thing, there's gonna be more trades this winter, right? More trades are gonna happen. The signings are gonna happen faster because there's more big teams involved. Cause I kept hearing over the last couple days. I know we threw it out there as a possibility, but people are speculating around the game. Bryce Harper's gonna get traded. Like people with direct knowledge to what the Phillies might do. Dave Dombrowski doesn't come out and make a statement like, Bryce is past his prime, and then he cleans it up and he says, "Oh well, I wasn't saying that Bryce is a bad player. I'm just saying that, we never know how he's gonna age." And that's time for like, yo, if we can trade you, we're going to.
Where does he go though? That's what I would like to know.
So
Because at that point, do you send him wherever the hell you want to, or do you send him to where he wants to go?
I think it's a combination of both. I think Bryce Harper is getting traded. I think I'll put like 4 or 5 teams on the table. I'm gonna be honest. I think Toronto's one team.
Wow, Harper gone, man. That's crazy.
I'll put a couple teams on the table. I think if you're the Cubs, you think about it. I think if you're the Tigers, you think about it. I think if you're the Yankees, you think about it.
Forget the Tigers. I'm over them because we already know the whole Tariq Skubal
Right?
situation. So
If you're the Yankees, you think about it. You have
yeah,
conversations. You think about it because him in Yankee Stadium might rejuvenate his career. So you think about it. You have a conversation at least, and you
I've
see
seen like
what works.
a few random posts over the past few days of I guess Yankee fans who run some of these pages trying to like anticipate that,
I'm
but
not saying they do it, but at least have the conversation.
yeah.
Ultimately, where I think he ends up is, I think he ends up in Houston with the Astros.
Damn, that'd be crazy, bro. Jordan, Bryce,
Harp,
Altuve.
right?
That's scary, man.
Don't sleep on the Red Sox either. Bryce
Bryce
and
Harper in Boston?
Bryce Harper in Boston would be feed families. You heard?
That would be huge.
Bryce Harper in Boston would feed generations of Red Sox fans would name their
So
kids
you
Bryce.
you think he's gone this offseason for sure?
I think there's a over 50% chance. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because look at where we're heading towards, right?
But you know what it is though? So it's not that I don't think it can happen,
Mm-hmm.
but the Phillies are, even if you just put Bryce Harper, just keep him where he's at, right?
Mm-hmm.
The team is already losing so many players due to free
Schwarber,
agency.
yeah, right.
So that's the only reason why I don't really see it happening, because the team is already going to look different whether he stays or
That's
leaves.
true. That's a good point by you. But I will tell you that when you piss a player off, like they didn't piss him off. Like he didn't give quotes about how they pissed him off. Like he's chapped right now. Not to say that it matters because the Phillies got him under contract, but he's chapped. He's pissed off. So if you're telling me that there's a chance that Bryce Harper's wearing a different uniform, I'd believe it. I'd believe it.
If you're a Mets fan, you should be happy about that because now that makes things even easier in the National League
Right.
East.
You know what I'm saying? Like I also think there's a team that we're not even thinking about that even gets into the fray and makes a push for him because
You
there's
think so?
always
I
yeah
kind of
there's
feel like the ones that you named, that sounds about right. Seems fair. Now, where he ends up, that's the tricky part.
I feel like Boston and I think Boston and maybe
The
see
Cubs one, I liked what you said because
Boston and the Cubs feel like the likeliest
Chicago could
fits.
pivot to Harper if they miss out on Kyle Tucker, you know?
Right, which makes sense. Like if Bryce Harper's available, see, I don't even want to pivot. I tell Kyle Tucker to walk if I know I got Bryce Harper sitting in the cut. If I could get the trade for Bryce Harper done and nailed down, Kyle Tucker, you could go on your merry way. Because the pivot is going to get harder. If you get out in front of it where you don't have to pivot and you could just go about it where you got a guy already nailed down.
Right.
Top five free agents right now. This is interesting. I would say Framber Valdez.
Mm-hmm.
I would say Dylan Cease. I would say on the position player side, I gotta look at it. But and it
Pete
feels like
Alonso, you could put Pete Alonso
Pete
top
Alonso's
five.
up there.
Yeah.
Alex Bregman is up there. He's gonna be a free agent. He's opting out. Cody Bellinger, Kyle Tucker.
Yeah, there's some good ones.
Yeah, you got some players. Yeah,
Yeah, there's a lot of guys available this offseason,
yeah. Uh
both via trade and, free agency.
Chad Mintz is an interesting one. The Royals for who? Bryce Harper? No, I'm not even joking. That's kind of
No,
interesting.
I saw what King Cash said. He said, let Kyle Tucker walk right to the Dodgers. He just might. Like, oops, we did it again.
Hey man, the way that front
They're
office
gonna end up with
moves,
somebody. They are. Like out of
they're
all of
gonna
these guys that we're
they're gonna
talking
end up
about
they're
right
gonna end up
now.
for sure with the third baseman from Japan. The
Oh,
one
true.
that
Can't forget about him.
the lefty dude that everybody's
That
talking
is
about
true.
him.
Yes.
Yes.
Good point. Good point. Yeah. I didn't forget about him. Well, I did, but now that you mentioned him, I know exactly who you're talking about.
Listen, you know what's crazy is I'm already starting. I haven't done it yet, but I'm already starting to look at like the free agent stuff and my free agent issue of Baseball America just came. I gotta look at all the process. Like we gotta go through this whole process. Ivan knows, man. We got like 4 screens up during that time. I'm reading everything. I'm talking to everybody. So if there's a deal to be made, I'm gonna find it.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I find them at 11:30, 12 o'clock at night when everybody's asleep. That's when the deals go down. So
That's why it's important to follow us on IG and TikTok, because as I mentioned a few minutes ago, we're not gonna cover every single thing, guys. But for the ones that genuinely matter, best believe we'll be here to talk to you guys for like damn near an hour.
also too, do yourself a favor, guys. If you're not following the X account, go follow us on X right now.
Yeah, things are pretty quiet over there, man. I think the days of Twitter kind of phasing out.
Nah, there's still
Nah.
breaking news over there. It's just that the baseball
No,
community
the
is
breaking news for sure. I'm just talking about like the audience. It
the
doesn't
audience
seem,
is interesting. But I'll tell you this: follow us on TikTok for sure, because the TikTok be blowing up when we get
yeah. Because
breaking
remember,
news.
I got into Twitter because and you used to tell me about it like in college. Like I knew about Twitter, but I wasn't like actively on it. And
I
then I
still live
remember
on it.
being on it, and I was like, okay, I see why people use it. But then ever since Elon Musk had taken over,
He
it
ruined
was
it.
like, yeah,
He
it
ruined
doesn't.
it.
And ever since we created one for 27 outs, that's like at the bottom of the list in terms of platforms where we get support and things like that.
Mm-hmm. It's a different.
Nah, could you imagine that? You see what he just said? He said they're gonna trade Glass now, bring in Scooble.
Nah.
Yo, what are you like playing a
Nobody,
video game, King Cash?
nobody is gonna trade for Tyler Glass now, especially with that contract and his arm trouble now. No way, no way. And you just signed him to a 5-year deal. What was it last off season? 5 years, $135 is his deal. Nah, they ain't doing that.
I do agree with his previous comment
What?
that they're definitely gonna spend some money this off season, especially if they lose this World Series. Absolutely,
They spent money last off season too.
absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So the question, like, you love Otani, but having Otani on your roster complicates your roster.
You think so?
Of course.
I
Because
don't know,
if
man. I'd rather have that guy.
no, you rather have him, but I'm saying in terms of if he could play a position other than pitcher,
Hmm.
you'd have a lot more roster flexibility. I'm not saying have Otani's a bad thing. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying it kind of complicates the way you move, your maneuverability factor. But you have him on the team, 1,000%. This guy's a freaking A. Hell yeah. Yo,
I
Freddie.
wonder if they do that. Well, we have to see.
I
He says,
mean,
"What if the Dodgers eat half the contract to get rid of Glass now?"
that's that. Then you might have a conversation. Then there's somebody that might be interested in trading for him because they don't have to pay all that money. But the question is, who would be interested in trading for him? Because he
Yeah,
does have a history of arm injuries and arm
he just
issues.
he doesn't pitch enough over the course of an entire
Yes.
season, bro. He does not.
Listen, for the Tampa Bay Rays to get rid of pitching, which they do a lot, they get rid of guys when they know they're at the tail end of their peak. Like they did it with Chris Archer, they did it with David Price. Like
Yeah,
they got rid of guys when they knew like, all right, the downturn's about to be kind of crazy. So let's get off of this while we can because no, they're not gonna put him in the outfield. But I'm saying it complicates your roster maneuverability. Like I don't want Shohei in the outfield. I'm just saying if you're thinking about it from a general manager perspective, as we got an 0-2 count, Jeff Hossman's about to end this thing, and
hmm
Toronto's about to go up 3-2. Winning two in Los Angeles is something that I did not have on my bingo card. So wow,
I think Toronto's gonna win the World Series.
I think so too.
I think so. And I'm not
And
only saying that because they're winning now, but coming into this game, like my gut was telling me that whoever wins this game 5 is probably gonna win the whole damn thing.
you know how Toronto was a real threat because most teams after the 18 inning game would have folded.
Yeah.
And they came out yesterday like, all right, bro, we here to play. Like, it's cool. Taking two in LA in the playoffs, that's big time stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That
They're
that
basically right now, if I had to compare it to something, what the Blue Jays are doing right now, like they're basically beating up the bully. So many other fan
punching them
bases
in the face,
have to
right?
be happy right now.
No, I'm not saying they do anything, King Cash. I'm just talking about like in a perfect world, you would like to have him be able to do something other than holding down a DH spot. You know what I'm saying? Like if he I understand you can't do nothing about it. Dodgers go up 3-2. Trevor Hoffman gets a strikeout. Are you starting to see what we've been saying about Toronto? Haven't played anybody like Toronto yet? There's a reason why we came on the air in game one and we said to you, yo, Toronto's different.
Everybody
Yeah.
has to be on that train by
Y'all
now. If you're
ain't
not,
play
then
y'all
you
ain't
haven't been
played
watching.
nobody like them yet. They're different, dog. They are a different crew. This team is different.
Mm-hmm. That's true, Ray. We will see you Friday night.
See you
Chad,
guys
Friday night
Friday
is gonna
night.
be
For
crazy.
sure, man. The
Any
question is,
plans for Friday night? Friday night is Halloween, right? I mean, hoping that you guys stick around with us, but any plans for Halloween for you guys who are here?
yeah, any Halloween plans? Yeah, word up. Anybody dressing up in costumes, bro? I'm not dressing up in no
And if
costumes.
you guys do have any plans, like while the show is live, don't forget to sneak the the show
The
there on your
phone, you know what I
phone.
mean? He's dressing up as The Rock. That's crazy.
The Rock is my favorite wrestler, Chad. I got to see that.
Listen, man, we need a picture. We'll put it up during the show, brother.
Right. I hope it's not with that black turtleneck and the fanny pack that he wore years ago, bro. You know what picture I'm talking about?
And the fake hair.
Yo, Chad, it better not be that. You better be dressing up as the Rock, the people's champ, bro. Like, you better have down to the World Federation title, bro. You better have that thing.
Oh, he said yeah. He said yeah. Oh damn.
I knew it, bro. I knew it. I've seen people do it before, but I still got to see how you put it together.
That's crazy, bro.
So
I mean,
show us.
he does got a little bit of flat top. That might work. You got the glasses ready and all that, bro?
That's funny, bro.
All right, real quick. I'm gonna just tell this Frank Sinatra story again because the person that subscribed tonight said he wanted to hear it. So the story goes that there is YouTube footage of it was a very good year of him making the song. I found it like last year sometime. I don't know if it's up on YouTube. If it is, go check it out. That's one of the illest things I've ever seen. It's him in the studio smoking a cigarette, making the song with the people that are in there with him.
Damn, Frank Sinatra was smoking cigarettes with a voice like that?
Of course, bro. Smoking
Damn, let me
cigarettes
find
in
out the
face.
cigarettes. The cigarettes was the
The
key.
magic elixir. Yeah, bro.
Yo, that's crazy.
So hold on. I'm gonna see if I can find it, bro. I'm not gonna play it, obviously, but I'll put the link in the chat real quick for you guys.
Yo, you know what? Some of those random conversations, I won't post them often, but in the off season, you know, since we're not gonna be live, we still gotta keep the channel active somehow, right? So sometimes I might put out those random combos, see how you guys are feeling about them.
Yeah, that one got a little bit of a buzz, man.
Yeah, that was random, bro. That was so random, for real. We got other good ones though.
I'm gonna see if we can find it, cause
The no repeat champion, which makes me happy. Damn. Yo, Ray, we got a Dodgers fan here in King Cash, brother. You gotta be careful.
yeah, he might want smoke. You gotta chill, dog. So yes, it is. It's right here. In fact, it's right here. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna put it in the chat so you guys can link it, so you guys can see it. Yeah, but it's him in the studio, and he's
I'm gonna watch that. I'm definitely gonna watch that after tonight's show.
So this is the link right here. It's about like 7 minutes long. It's not even 7. It's about 7 minutes long.
I only want to see it for two reasons. One, because it's him and I like his music, but also two, I want to know what it was like to record in studio back then.
Very, very different than it is now.
Mm-hmm.
Because you had somebody in there stopping it down. You had the actual singers in there singing background with them. Yeah. It was a whole like event. It was a whole, and Frank used to drink too, so you know the liquor was in there. Somebody was pouring something.
Damn, he was smoking cigarettes and drinking.
Hell yeah, Frank was.
He was wilding out back then. Is there a documentary on his like life or no?
There actually is. I gotta find it though.
Yeah, I've never seen one, but I would like to watch one if there is one.
For sure.
And if there isn't, you know, one of these damn directors better be on it and make that thing. Because I kind of feel like his career could be like turned into like some sort of series, 4 or 5 episodes long or something.
No, it really could though. If you sit there and think about it, it really could, because what you can do is you can say, well, you know, if he drank Hennessy, it's crazy.
You think Hennessy was a thing back then? That's a long time ago. Was it?
Yes.
Damn, Henny been around for a while. By the way, Hennessy sponsored the channel.
I'll drink it. You know what I mean? you ain't gotta tell me twice.
That would be crazy, man. A Henny edition of the show, that would be wild. I don't know if we would be talking baseball at that point. That might have to be like an after hours edition where like it's after like midnight.
Start the stream at like midnight, yeah. You know what I mean? Put the women and children to bed.
Nah, you know what, Chad? Listen, I'm actually mad at Hennessy because of what LeBron did, bro. I'm not a big fan, Stephen. You know, we talked about this.
Of course. No,
I don't really like how they went about that. The decision, the second go around. Nah, man, you lost me with that.
Nah, he played himself. Because now when you really retire, nobody's gonna care.
True, it might not do the same numbers. Maybe not.
LeBron's a little bitch.
Not to say that it won't do numbers, but I think
it won't do the kind of numbers.
Might think he's gonna hit them with some BS ad again.
Yeah, that's why to me Mike is the greatest. Did you see? You got it. If you haven't seen it, go look at his the thing he said about load management.
I saw some quotes. I want to see the actual interview. I got to check
That's
it
why
out.
Mike is the greatest. It was like 3 minutes long.
I
He
got to see
basically
it.
shitted on the modern day athlete. It was beautiful.
As
It
he
was
should. I
beautiful.
ain't mad at
It was
him.
beautiful. Anyway, this was beautiful. The show was beautiful. Thank you guys for tapping in. We do appreciate y'all. We love y'all. We will see you Friday night. You know the deal. Follow the socials at 27 ounce 3C for all. Follow YouTube. Follow the Twitter. Follow the IG. Follow the TikTok. Just hit the follow button everywhere, man. Subscribe to this thing, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.